Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Press Start. I am your host, Nathan,
I'm Cameron.
and today we are visiting, as you can see, Metroid Prime. I really would describe this game as a milestone for me.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's I know masterpiece is a strong word to throw around, but at least it's critical reception. It is often called that. I have a mixed history with this game, honestly. I think it's quite good. I wouldn't say I love it, or loved it at the time even, but it's hard not to acknowledge its quality.
See, I would say I love it. I loved it at the time. And this was the game that moved me from being really a casual kind of gamer playing mostly Kirby and Rogue Squadron to a more hardcore type of game. Like, I explored every single inch of this planet. I read all the flavor text, scanned all the creatures, and it's just superb in my opinion.
See, I recall just getting lost a lot. I was at odds with the map system. I think it's a stunning looking game. It was then. It looks quite good now.
Yeah.
But I just could never quite get into it. Though I applaud them for Retro, of course, for really successfully managing to take a 2D franchise and put it into 3D without really an ounce of trouble in the transition.
Yeah.
I mean, they really pulled it off.
This was, I hadn't played any of the other Metroids before this. I never played Super Metroid, so this was my first experience with the franchise. And it really just, like, took over my life, this game.
There she is.
Mm-hmm. The only experience I'd had with Metroid up until this point was in Super Smash Brothers. So, and I remember back in middle school having arguments with you about this game and Halo.
I never said Halo was better. Well, maybe
No,
I did.
I think I remember you saying that.
I was young and impressionable. But I'm
As
primed
we
for
all
this.
were.
I'm primed for this press start. I'm not holding any grudges. Looking forward to this. Haven't seen this game in a long time.
Okay.
How's it controlling after all these years?
Gotta get used to not having a second analog stick.
Yeah.
Alright, where's my... Oop, that's my map.
There's
How
the
do I
wonderful
scan?
map.
There it is. God, everything about this game, I just love it, from the creature design to the combat, the sound design. I could hear the scanning sound in my sleep.
The sound design is superb. Absolutely.
Okay, I got them all, didn't I? Oh, there it is. Okay, there.
Yeah, that opening music you heard as we came in, very choice.
Mm-hmm.
Really sets the stage.
Okay. How do I go back to my regular beam? There we go.
This game was a bold move for Nintendo, and a bold move among bold moves. I mean, this was the time when they took Wind Waker and made a Zelda cell shaded, and they gave Mario a water pack, and I mean, they were doing a lot of bold things in the GameCube
Yeah,
era.
definitely. And I think this I think that was a real good direction for the company. Wind Waker is definitely one of my favorite Zelda games.
Mhm.
I didn't play Mario Sunshine.
It's quite good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's Mario 64 or even Mario Galaxy good, but it's good.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually kind of remember that game being kind of divisive. Like, some people loved it, some people did not.
Yeah, the camera is a mess, but it's very colorful. The worlds are interesting. Hopefully we'll do that one day, maybe.
I love this foreshadowing. Dead creatures on the ground.
Yeah.
Morphology unknown. And then you got the space pirate, I think.
Now the scanning, you I'm guessing really like that as someone who enjoyed the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
I found it kind of tedious, honestly. I wasn't that interested in a lot of the information.
Shame. Yep, here we go. Space pirate. Death caused by severing of the spinal cord. Alright, I promise I won't scan everything, since we don't really have the time.
This game was
What?
released in 2002, and getting back to why this was a bold move, I mean, in addition to this game being in first person and moving into 3D, this is also developed by Retro Studios, who are an American developer out of Texas, which is pretty, you know, that was pretty
a bold move.
yes,
like you said
that
before.
wasn't common for Japanese developers to hand over their beloved franchises to American
studios.
developers, right? Obviously, Rare is a British studio, but we'd seen Nintendo do something similar to this with the Donkey Kong Country games in the 90s, but for Metroid, and Metroid isn't a huge seller in Japan; it's much bigger in the West, so I could see maybe why that would make sense for them. But still, it was quite a lot of trust to put in Retro's hands.
Yeah, definitely, and it obviously paid off. It spawned 2 different sequels. Unfortunately, I never got to play those, having bought an Xbox and got engulfed in another game.
Bought an Xbox and never looked back.
Yeah, until E3 2013.
Yeah, that's another story for another time.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, the sequel, Metroid Prime Echoes, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I played a bit of that. I thought it was alright. It didn't really move the needle forward too much. It's sort of a Link to the Past style duality going on with the 2 worlds, the light and the dark world. And it was quite hard. I remember that. I didn't play a ton of it, and I never played the third one, Wii Corruption.
Yep. Like I said, I got into this game big time. I want to relay a story to you.
Okay.
I remember one time I was home alone, you know, playing my game, and I just realized that all of a sudden, like, there were tears rolling down my cheeks because I had not been blinking.
Oh wow.
I was just so absorbed in the game.
That's immersion.
Just everything about this game, the atmosphere. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button.
Yeah, it's an incredibly atmospheric game. Even I appreciated that as someone who wasn't a huge fan of it. It's hard not to acknowledge its atmosphere and just its quality overall.
Yeah.
It's a very impressive game.
I can't believe how good it still looks, honestly.
Yeah. These games were all remade for the... Well, I shouldn't say all remade, because Corruption was already a Wii game, but 1 and 2 were remade for the Wii with motion controls. With the Metroid Prime trilogy. I never played those versions, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, this series, pretty reliably good. And I love the mystery they're setting up here at the beginning. You know, there's dead or half-dead space pirates all over the place. You know, dying creatures and life tanks. And the return to Talon 5, which was that the original planet or no?
Original from
the original
earlier
Metroid.
games? I don't know. But yeah, this game was a pretty monumental release along with Metroid Fusion in 2002, because there hadn't been a Metroid game since Super Metroid in '94, and I mean, people get on Nintendo for milking their franchises or making too many new Super Mario Brothers games, but to go that long, I mean, to go 8 years
without a Metroid.
Yeah, and then to give 2, one kind of traditional Super Metroid style Metroid game and one like this, I mean, that must have been just incredible.
And we will definitely be taking a look at Metroid Fusion at some point, because that is one of my favorite games of all time.
It is excellent.
It's honestly it's probably the best game for the Game Boy Advance. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
I'm trying to think. I want to argue with that, but I'm trying to think if there's anything that comes to mind. It's a contender. I think Fire Emblem, the first American Western release of Fire Emblem, was pretty good.
I guess I can't comment on that because I never played it. What's going on here?
And if I can cheat, I would say the port of Super Mario World.
No. That does not count. Whoa. How do I get out of this? There we go.
How does Metroid crawl? Is that what you're trying to figure out?
No, how to not crawl.
Okay. So it sounds like even though Retro kind of had the reins for this one. It sounds like Miyamoto was involved. He always manages to be.
Yeah, he always gets in there somewhere. Wait, what? Oh, that was a save station. Okay.
Which I think generally pays off. His involvement's generally.
Yeah, you know, he he generally knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I would argue that he ruined Paper Mario Sticker Star.
I did not play that, so I cannot have an opinion there.
I haven't played it, but from what I've heard, it sounded like the game was going to be a more traditional Paper Mario sequel until he stepped in and demanded that the developers do something gimmicky to make it more original.
Mm-hmm.
And that led to the sticker concept, which kind of ruined the game, in my opinion. So, but let me know in the comments if you played it and liked it, because I have been kind of looking into trying it. I just heard kind of terrible things.
Oh shit! Look at that thing.
Oh snap!
Is it gonna chase me? Or do I have to fight it?
I believe this is just a fight.
I'm gonna scan it.
Samus Aran always taking the time to learn the backstory, even in the heat of the battle.
Parasite Queen. See, it tells you the weak point in the mouth.
This is still really one of the only games kind of like this, in that it's a first-person adventure game with a lot of shooting elements, but it never feels like the shooting takes precedence. It never feels like the adventure stuff is too slow. You know, it manages to really walk that line.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't see too many games that do that these days.
Oh man.
Even the most atmospheric backstory collecting first-person games, such as BioShock, for example, feel like they have more conventional first-person shooting mechanics than this does. This is again, not to overuse that term, but a very bold decision all around for Metroid Prime.
And I'm a little bit of trouble reintegrating after getting so used to a second stick.
Right.
It does control really well. And this game is the antithesis to the newest Metroid Other M.
Yeah.
It's just so quality in every single way. And oh shit, I think I broke the space station.
This is classic Metroid as well, the escape. As things go to hell around you.
Oh, 6 minutes. I hate being timed. I think I gotta scan it. Come on, faster. Come on.
Little more information on Retro Studios, of course. They also made Donkey Kong Country Returns recently.
Did you play that?
I didn't play that, and I have to say, not to date the episode too much, but we are coming out of E3 2013. And they recently announced their new project is a sequel to Donkey Kong Country Returns called Tropical Freeze, which was a little disappointing. I thought I was hoping maybe it would be a new Metroid game in some form, or a new IP maybe.
Really?
Maybe a new Star Fox project that had been rumored.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, but I don't mean to be down on Donkey Kong. I think he is a cool character and it's a cool franchise, but I just was a little disappointed by that. But that's what Retro's doing now.
Oh shit! I remember you saying that you hoped it wasn't a Metroid game.
Well, I hoped it wasn't a Metroid game until I saw that there was a possibility that was worse than a fourth Metroid Prime.
Oh.
No, I shouldn't say worse. Less
Shit.
exciting. I thought that the least exciting thing it could have been was a fourth Metroid Prime.
Oh, damn it.
But it turns out making another Donkey Kong Country game is less exciting.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd be a market for that anymore.
Supposedly it sold quite a bit better than Metroid Prime did.
Really?
The Metroid Prime games, yeah, which surprised me.
It's always a shock when you find out a game you loved didn't do as well as you thought it did.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Okay, there we go. I feel they did a really good job, just to go back to the other thing, of characterizing Samus in this game without any lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
Where am I going? Okay, here. I love those big opening doors.
Yeah, another real hallmark of the series. You're shooting a door and it opens. I've tried playing the original Metroid, and I think, and I'm gonna take some flack for this, I'm sure.
It doesn't hold up.
It doesn't hold up, and I was gonna say that's even more heretical. Is I think the original Zelda also doesn't really hold up, and they both kind of remind me of one another.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. What am I going
I think compared to Super Metroid and Link to the Past, the 8-bit originals are a little rough.
Yeah, well, it was, the first ones.
Right.
It's understandable.
You can't fault them for it.
But there is no arguing that they are not as relevant, not as great
right.
as they once were.
I just find it very directionless
there he is.
And difficult in many respects. Ridley.
I never fought him. I never beat this game for as much as I loved it.
Nor have I. Now he is a space pirate, correct?
He's the leader of the Space Pirates.
I also thought it was interesting that a seemingly
dragon.
Yeah, a dragon you wouldn't expect to be able to talk or manage pirate duties is the leader of the Space Pirates.
Well, I guess somehow he manages it. Maybe he just writes everything down. I don't know.
He's a scribe. Now, Retro also did some work on Mario Kart 7 courses.
Really?
Which you wouldn't know by looking at them. They don't look like Metroid exactly. But
oh, there you go. You lost your Various suit. It always happens.
Yeah.
So I'm down to just my regular shot. I got nothing.
So you don't have the charge shot yet?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. Did you have the charge shot before?
Yeah, I had missiles, charge shot.
Okay.
Oh, well, where am I going? I really like the HUD in this game.
Yeah.
It feels like
you're in her helmet.
Yeah, it feels like a real HUD.
Yeah. Especially like when it gets like frosty and condensation.
Another game that reminds me of is Star Wars Republic Commando. Did you ever play that?
I didn't. No.
It's a really good game, and it's another first-person shooter type game. And so, had we read the text in the station, we would have learned the Space Pirates were doing experiments with something called phazon creatures on this space station.
How nefarious.
Exactly. And now we're going chasing after Ridley. I find it weird that a dragon can outfly a spaceship, but there you go.
Well, he's clearly proven himself in other avenues. I mean, he's the leader of the Space Pirates. He hasn't let his dragonness handicap him.
No, he doesn't. Oh, the planet. Oh. I remember just walking around and it raining all the time.
Yeah.
There were times where this game actually scared the hell out of me. There was I don't know how far you got, but in the snow area there were creatures that would lie in the ground, and they could only be damaged on their backs. So
the circle strafe guys.
Yeah, they'd get up high.
Yeah.
They'd wreck your shit in 2 hits.
Now, one more piece of trivia about Retro. They apparently had a vehicular combat game
called
with the working titles Car Combat and Thunder Rally. And the best part of this is it was originally pitched to Nintendo as a mix of Quake World, Twisted Metal 2, and Mario Kart 64 with shades of Mad Max and Street Fighter 2. Holy shit, does that not sound amazing?
Yeah,
I can't even quite picture it.
I honestly can't. I think we'll have to take a trip to Rare Studios and ask them what the hell.
Yeah. I don't know how you'd really incorporate Street Fighter 2 into a Twisted Metal 2 Mario Kart 64 style game.
Maybe there were combos.
It's exciting to me. Of course, it was canceled. Anything that's sweet could see the light of the day.
Nope. Can I scan these? Oh yeah, look at that. This lichen seems to be giving off low levels of radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the music.
Oh yeah, it's just kicking up.
And this is kind of our where we come back to save after all the missions. Kind of our hub point.
Dun, 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 dun,
So let's see if I'm going the right way here. I remember these things.
So does the schoolyard debate rage on? Is this in fact better or worse than Halo Combat Evolved?
It's a completely different beast.
Which we were incapable of seeing in middle school, of course.
Yeah, of course. Back then, everything had to be better than the other thing.
Right.
But yeah, this is completely different. This game is way more based around exploration, about taking in bits of the story as you go, and really just taking in the world.
Yeah.
Whereas Halo is, much more obviously about the combat.
The Combat Evolved.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what the hell?
Is that a charge shot door?
Maybe. I wonder if I can hit myself. Oh. Looks cool though. Yeah, the graphics in this game hold up surprisingly well. It seems like a lot of these GameCube games, whether it be this or Wind Waker or Resident Evil, just hold up so well in the graphics department.
The GameCube wasn't a slouch.
No,
graphically, it was quite a bit more powerful than the PS2, and the Xbox kind of stole the day in terms of most powerful system in that gen. But the GameCube is not far behind.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't realize it. I feel like not everybody used it. Whoa, the hardware to its full potential.
Right.
But yeah, this is definitely a powerful little lunchbox. I feel like it got really underutilized.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
So now you are off to find Ridley. That's kind of the backstory here.
Yep. Find Ridley, figure out what's going on with this space
Rebuild
pirate
your
business.
suit.
Oh, missed the jump pad. Whoa.
That was another thing,
How
actually.
was
I'm
that?
glad you mentioned that. I found the platforming in this game to be kind of awkward.
Yeah. No arguments there. Whoa, what the fuck? What's that thing? Is it gonna explode? Blast caps, okay. Okay, I don't know if I was supposed to be going this way.
Couldn't tell you.
It's been such a long time. There we go. The classic enemy there, the spiky thing that crawls around.
Of course.
And the red one that takes a lot more damage. Oh, maybe I can't destroy it without missiles.
Nintendo has really done a great job with taking control schemes without a second stick and making them work. I mean, even though the GameCube C stick does act as a second stick in some games, this and obviously the Zelda games jump out to me as games that you really don't notice that you don't have a second stick.
Yeah, I'd say the Zelda games is not total. It wouldn't be necessary since they are third person.
Well, but I mean, a lot of their contemporaries have second stick controls, and you just don't miss it in Zelda.
Yeah, you don't. Well, they do a good job with Z targeting or L targeting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Another way I can't go.
Which is kind of what the lock-on reminds me of in this a bit.
Mm-hmm. Although, like I said, it wouldn't be it's not a big deal, but I feel like a second stick wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't be losing anything.
Right.
Oh, okay. Someone behind me. Little bastards. Okay, well, I think that's been a pretty good look at this game.
Yeah, it still looks great.
Yeah, great. Looks great, feels great. Still has the same atmosphere I remember as a kid. And this is the game that really turned me into, someone who's involved in gaming.
Turned you into a nerd, is what you're saying?
I guess you could say that.
But we're all nerds. That's the celebration of gaming.
Exactly.
Nerddom. So,
And so, we'll see you guys later.
see ya.